Oh, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sam here. We are back in the garage. We're going to be working on the Gladiator again today. Just took it out last weekend to the new expansion for the Danny Boone Backcountry Byway. That video should be coming up pretty soon. But took it out. First time we got to take it out since we did the ARB upgrade. We put the ARB underneath the seat. We did the RPM steering upgrade, and we did the fender chop thing on it. So took it out last weekend, performed great, but came back this week, drove it all week. Actually got to finish washing it off the other day. Really good, cleaned it underneath. And now, I don't know if I shorted out the battery or not, but the auto start stop light is on. So that means the computer is reading that the little battery underneath the tray is not putting out 12 volts. So what that means is it's gonna start ruining my main battery. So in this video, I'm gonna do the little hack where you take the fuse out and we're gonna disconnect it out of the line. That way it doesn't destroy my Optima here. I did it on the wife's Jeep a while back and it's worked pretty good ever since. I'm just gonna have a light, the auto start stop light on the dash. My Taser already turns it off, but you can't take it out because, you know, EPA emissions regulations, stupid crap. So we're gonna make sure it doesn't drain my nice battery, because the little battery where I got the inner fenders out right now, it would be a simple thing to get, is it's just right here and it's 3 bolts to drop it down this way. If not, you have to take out the battery and the fuse panel and stuff to get to it, but doing it through the inner fender is a lot easier. Anyways, this battery costs $160. So I don't like the auto start stop anyway, so we're just gonna take it out of the system. And while we're already in here doing stuff with electrical, I'm going to redo this cable this is for my ARB. The new brushless has a different setup. There's a fuse here now. The old ARBs had 2 positives come up, but now it joins into a fuse block here into one. I actually have wire for it, so we're gonna make this a lot nicer. We're also gonna fix this right here, this wiring nightmare. The previous owner has put these rigid lights and stuff on there, and the winch is in here, so we're gonna fix all this. I have a little kit from Epic Adventure Outfitters right here, and we're gonna use this to fix that. So let me just go ahead and we'll roll the intro, and then I'll show you what this Epic kit is, and then we will install that, fix the battery thing, and fix that wire, and get all this stuff taken care of so we don't drain my battery. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so we got the wire here. I got this from Amazon. This is, I think it's 10 gauge wire. Hopefully it's gonna be enough to do this. I don't know if I shorten the wire, because if you watch my video on doing that, you know that the new brushless ARB compressor wiring harness is not long enough to go underneath the seat up and out. So Epic sends you extra wire to make it longer. I don't know if I messed that up or not with their Kraken. But the Kraken works great, so I love that thing. Took it out over the weekend and had my tires down to about 13 or 14, and I filled all 4 of them up within like 3 or 4 minutes, while everybody else was out with their power tanks filling up individually and individual tire inflation systems. I pulled my wires or my hoses out, popped them on, filled it up, popped them back in the bag, and I was done while everybody else was still airing up. So that worked out great. So, but also from Epic in this video, we're going to be installing the Wizard Elite, the Wizard Electrical Solutions. That's going to clean up this area here. It's going to clean up the ground area and this positive terminal area. It's going to clean all that up. We're going to have more ports to put more electrical stuff and make it a lot more clean. So let's go ahead and we'll get right into the unboxing fully the Epic Wizard here. So we're going to do the Wizard first, since I'm going to have to take battery terminals off, and then we will do the auxiliary battery delete. I will try to put the timestamp in here of where the battery terminal delete is. If not, it's not going to be touched much longer. So, but let's go ahead and get into the Wizard here. So this is the third thing that I've ordered from Epic. I got their Crow Molly on top, I got their Kraken foreign tire inflation system, and now we have the Wizard electrical solutions. So they gave me this cool velvet bag to put it in. They know how to package things, I can tell you that. They send you this cool sticker, and then they send you this nice bag that you can, I mean, if you do some like D&D stuff, that's a nice bag for that, for some dice. But these are the distribution blocks that we're going to run. This is for the battery terminal right here, and this one's for the negative terminal right there. This is milled out of one piece of aluminum, I think. But anyways, they gave you all the bracketry, all of the new bolts and stuff, so we can go ahead and get that in here and clean up this wiring. And then while we're cleaning this wiring up, we can go ahead and pull the fuse number 42 out of here, and then we'll disconnect the battery from here, and that will get rid of the battery, the aux battery problem, so it doesn't drain my main battery. And then after that, we'll be done. So it's gonna be a quick little fix. Oh yeah, also too, I'm gonna go ahead and really quick off camera, I'm going to make me a new positive terminal, or a positive line here, and get that looking quite a bit nicer than it running over top of the fuse panel. So let me go ahead and take this, I think it's 10 gauge. Oh, it's 8 gauge. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully 8 gauge is enough for the amperage that it is for that ARB compressor. So, but let's go ahead and I'll do that real quick, and then we'll get on to the Epic Wizard and then the auxiliary battery delete. Alrighty, we got the wire made up here. Let me show you. This was the original one. It's going to be against the red body, so that's going to be real easy to see for you guys. But I just made the one a little longer. So we got that out of the way. Done. So this is the kit you get with the Wizard. So they send you stainless steel hardware, and then your blocks here, some instructions and stuff, and then your nice bag, and 2 zip ties to finish out the installation here. So it's going to work out in my favor, because you're going to have to take the negative terminal off anyways for the auxiliary battery. So that's one of the things that you have to do, which is this, not this wire, because that's my winch wire. This wire right here. So I'm going to take a 13 mil, and we're going to take that off. So we're going to take that off, 13 mil. And then we're going to take a 10 mil and take this whole negative terminal off. And then we're going to go over here to the battery here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the 10 mil off here, and we're going to take it all apart because the terminal goes on top of everything. So this is the negative. For the positive side, the positive terminal goes here, but then we'll be using, it looks like this wire post right, this post right here will be for the negative side, because this is where, if you have a Rubicon or the auxiliary switches, this is where all your grounds go, because the auxiliary switches is this bundle of wires right here. So if you have a auxiliary switches in the dash, I'll show you real quick. If you have these switches right here in the dash, then that's where all your wires are. So we're going to take this off, which works out for me. I'll just put this back on and this back on, and not this one. I'll tie this one out of the way. I'll show you here in a second. And then when we get done with all this, I'll go into the fuse panel here and I'll take number 42 out. I'll show you that. But let's get this prepped and ready for the Wizard. All right, so I got the negative terminal stuff off here. Kind of late in the video, but I was just kind of looking back. This only works for JLs and JTs. This doesn't work for any other thing. So if you have a JKU or whatever, sorry, don't work for this. But anyways, so I got a step ladder here to get up in here, because I have to take, so we're working on the positive now. I'm probably going to have to get rid of this little terminal cover thing to get it off, because I got to take it all off. So anyways, we're going to take these zip ties that are like Christmas tree clips and zip ties. We're going to have to take those off, and they give you 2 more to add because they raise it up, because they raise the whole thing up with the terminal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my knife and cut this off, and then I will do this. I'm going to try to get you all up on a tripod, that way we can actually, I can actually show you while I'm working on it and not just bing bang boom, you know, do it. So let me get my tripod out here, and then we'll set it up, that way I can actually show you all what I'm doing. Before I get to showing you on the vehicle, I figured I'd actually get out the parts before I put them on there, that way it's easier for you all to see. But this, they have 3 different blocks. So this one is for the positive terminal on your battery. It only goes one way. Really nice machining on it, really overkill for the voltage and stuff that you'll be drawing out of the battery. This is for your negative terminal on the battery, and then this one right here is, like I was telling you all before, about the for your negative terminals, your grounding on your body for your switches. This is what's going to go on that, so you're going to have them up out of the way and be able to ground them. And then they send you all these hardware so you can stick in here to get everything wired up. So, oh, these are also the Christmas tree clip zip ties that I was talking about that I'm gonna have to cut off that here in a second. But you see how much they raise it up, because this raises that positive wire off of the battery a lot more. So, get my tripod, set it up, and then we'll get to work. All right, so we got the GoPro set up here, or the camera. This is the best way I could do it. Hopefully it doesn't fall while I'm doing this. But we gotta get just a trim tool here. You can probably barely see it. You can't really see it on the camera, how far down it is in here. But it's down in here pretty good. So just use your little trim tool or whatever to pry that out. And then you will cut it to replace it with the other one that they provide. So just go ahead and get these out and work it out. They're stubborn, but stubborn. Not a lot of room to work on it. And I got a wire here right in the way. Got that one out, and this one. Man, that one's long. All right, got those ones off. I'm gonna take my cutters here and cut the clips off without cutting the wires. There's some heat management back here on this one, so make sure you're careful cutting those off. But now that that's out of the way, we'll deal with this. I guess I can deal with this right now. Unfortunate to get rid of this, but it needs to go. It needs to go. Okay, that's gone. And then we're going to take our 10 mil and we're going to take, oh no, take our 13 and we're going to, 10 mil? Okay, 13. Hold on one second, let me get the right tool. Go for it. All right, so got the right one now. Be very careful when you're doing this because this stuff is kind of delicate. These new fangled electronics and such. But get this out of the way. Probably should go ahead and remove this extra bit that's here because we can put it on the new bus bar. Definitely need to make sure to get everything back tightened up, but until that point we're going to go ahead and get the wizard stuff on here. So go for a stop. Okay, so they have it where it's notched and everything, so all you have to do is literally just put it on there and it fits. It only fits one way, so, and then you just take your nut that you just took off and then you just put it back down in there. Like I said, be careful with, they recommend you use hand tools and not to over tighten anything. So they actually recommend that you do I think it's 12 pounds of torque, but the old elbow torque seemed fine to me. And then now you're going to need one of your studs that they give you to put on here. Like that. We're going to fix this mess and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so off camera here, I put my ARB compressor wire back on, routed around underneath for the bottom terminal here, and also this whatever wire, I don't even know what this one is, but it was already hooked up. So went ahead and did all that before I put the top part on for the main power Jeep. So we did that, and now I'm going to add in the new wiring harness, zip tie stand clip thing majiggers here. Add one to the back. Don't know the best way to do it, but we're just gonna plop that down in there and plop this one down in here. I don't know the best way, but I'm going to zip tie the harness back into position using the stands here, like so. I don't know if that was the best route for that, but that's what we're going with. So, but put this one in as well. Zip tie it down, lock it down. I need to tighten this up more probably than that. Get rid of the axis here. Turn that out. Trim that out. That way it looks factory now that it has its little stand here. So that part is done here. Got it back to forward. I just dropped everything. 1 second. Okay, after I picked everything up, hopefully you can see me, because if not, this is going to be a really big waste of time. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead and put the negative back in here. And then, so where I'm doing the battery delete, I'm going to take this out and leave it out. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to take our 10 mil and we're going to cinch down the battery. Well, it's good to go. And now we will install this, which goes right here. So you use the factory block or the factory nut off of this block for it. So we'll do that here. And that is bigger than that, of course. So I don't know what size it is. Probably, is it half? It's half. So get that back up there. Like I said, we're leaving this out. I'm going to tape it up better here in a second. But for now, that's where that's going. So that's that. Now I'm going to put the winch cable back in. So I'll probably stick that one right there. Take one of these big ones. And put the winch back, cable back on to where it goes. Its new home. That's good there. And then we will add a large one for the negative as well here. Probably put it closest to the actual terminal, that way it's not trying to weigh it down or nothing. And there's a bunch of slack in this one, so why not take it and push it down in there. Take our Allen and make sure everything's tight, which it is. So that's that, and that's that. And that cleans that up a lot better. So as of now, we got the positive back on. We got the negative back on. Tightened up here. I think I'm going to tighten this a little bit more. It seems not all the way on. Of course, they got to have 4 different freaking sizes on here. So now that all this is done, we're going to move to the one for the grounding. So I'm going to cut that, that way I can make a whole separate little clip for that. That way I don't have an issue with messing it up. So this is done. Let's move on to the side post. All right, so now we're going to deal with this here. We're going to stick it right here where, let me grab the camera. We're going to stick it right here on this first ground post is where we're going to stick it at, which is where my other grounds are already at. So we're going to stick it there. It's a 10, so we're going to take our, find our 10 mil, which is here, and remove all of these. It's not very tight anyways, so take it and remove it. You will need this for reinstall, so do not lose it. It's got paint on it, so it don't want to really come off, but eventually you do get it off. 10 mil. So take all the random grounds you got, like me, already got going on here. We will find a better home for them. This is what this is all about. So take your wizard block, put it there, start it. It's going to be kind of a pain to start because it's a blind. Now it's a blind thing. But it's going. Take our ratchet here. Start getting it back on. Probably would be better if it was a slim 10, but it's what I got. I'm gonna go find a slim 10 and do it that way. Go for it. All right, we got it on here. So now we'll just take our random grounds that we had on there, and we will find spots for them. I don't know why they have, some of these grounds have ginormous, like why for that, why? So we'll just get in our bag here and we'll find a terminal that works. Now I'm gonna have to do something with this one because it's here and it's a slip fit style, which is not preferred, but that's what's on here, so we'll have to just deal with it as it is. Don't know if I have a washer. I think it's loose anyways, but much better than what we had. Easier to get to, easier to service. Still got a bunch of random spaghetti going on, but at least it's in a better state than it was. So, but that's going to be it for the epic wizard portion. We got our negative on, we got our positive on, we got the wiring harness raised up, we got the distribution block for the negative side here. So the next thing I'll have to do is get in here and unplug 42. So, all right, so we got to get in here and get 42, which is, if I remember correctly, I think it's this 10 amp one right here. K11. Yeah, so it should be 42. It's upside down. This is it's a 10 amp fuse, so we'll take that out and hopefully that takes that out of that. Well, I already know it'll work, but unfortunately now I'm gonna have a freaking light on my dash, and I don't think the remote start will work either. So that's gonna be real uncool. But here's the fuse for it. We got extra for that, so we'll go ahead and leave that in this bag, and then let's clean up all the tools. And I'm gonna put this sticker on the cabinet with the other stickers, and then I'm actually gonna put this fuse in here because I'll lose the fuse if I leave it out. But all right, let's clean up the tools and we'll finish this video up. All right, got that done. All the tools put up and away. Got the sticker put on the cabinet that I bought for the garage off Amazon. This is a really nice cabinet for Amazon. Needed a new place to put all my junk. So I had a shelf before, but I got tired of looking at it all, and at least the cabinet, it's put up and out of eyesore. It's not an eyesore anymore, so I'm thinking about picking up another one of these cabinets. I think it was like $100 or something. So it'd be nice to have the cabinet. I need the space. I can't put anything big right here because the Gladiator is literally takes up this whole spot when I park it. So, but got the Kraken sticker, the Crow sticker, the Wizard sticker, got my stickers and all kinds of random. I got more stickers to put on here, but that's it for now. So let's go out here and show you the final version. Like I said, this is the terminal for this is the aux battery ground. Got that taken out of the system. Got the winch negative on here. Got the winch positive on here. Got the Kraken ARB Kraken wire more. At least it's not laying over the cover for the fuse panel, and got all these fuses down here in a better spot. Now, at least they're, you know, they're not moved over to the side or whatever, but really cleans it up a lot, and it gives you a lot more options for how to hook up stuff. But I didn't do any of this prior previously with this stuff, so, but if it works, it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if the Jeep will turn on. I had the battery off and it did arc while I was messing around with it with off camera, so might not be great. And I'm gonna have to close the hood, because if you don't close the hood on these things, it will mess up. So I'm gonna close the hood on it and we'll see what it's like. All right, let's see what happens here. We've had it de-energized for a while too, so let's go ahead and Huh. All my radio sensors or my radio settings are messed up here, but I don't have a code on my dash or anything. GoPro decided to turn itself off, but I don't have a light and I don't have a code on my dash. Maybe after it figures it out it'll do it, but for right now that is not on, which is weird because over in the JL of my wife's it has the start stop light on, which is weird. So I don't know. Let's check it. It's 14 volts. So unsure. So looks like it worked. I mean, the little mod worked where you just take it out of the system. Like I said, I got a taser that already has it off for me, but that doesn't, it just makes sure the button's pressed. So don't know, but as of right now, that's a success. I thought I was gonna have a check engine or a little warning come on, and it might. I'll leave it, I'll update it, this video, or I'll update it down in the comments if the light did come back on, but as of now, no. So that was really nice. But well, with that, guys, I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. We're going to be, I know if you watch my videos, if you're actually a follower, a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense right now because I put a new grill in it and I did a fender chop without making a video on it, but that will be coming up next. I'm waiting for different inner fenders. I bought some and I don't, they're not going to work, so I got some different ones hopefully coming soon, and then I'll do a whole video on how to do a fender chop and inner fenders and stuff coming soon. And then we have a wheeling video coming out. I'm not sure when all this is going to come out, but I guess you'll just have to wait and see. So we're going to end it on that one, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, drop a comment down below, share the video, all that stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. I appreciate y'all watching. See ya.